In 1997, Netflix began as a subscription media service that snail-mailed DVDs to consumers to rival the likes of Blockbuster. 20 years later, Netflix now offers newer movies, a wide selection of TV shows, and allows users to stream their content into their homes. However, Netflix's masterstroke was when they began creating their own original content. 2013 saw Netflix produce one of its most sensational hits to date, the political drama House of Cards. The show's success encouraged Netflix to create more original series. However, the production game isn't cheap, and Netflix original series are known to have very high production costs. So, how much does Netflix spend on these big-budget shows? Though Netflix does not always reveal the exact costs, some good estimates are available. Here's the top 5 most expensive shows that Netflix has produced so far. Coming in at number 5, House of Cards. With an estimated cost of $60 million, House of Cards revolves around politician Frank Underwood, played by Kevin Spacey, who was passed over for the position of Secretary of State, and then embarks on a mission to get himself into a position of power in Washington. 5 seasons in, the show's costs continue to rise from its initial $4.5 million per episode. The cost appears to be worth it, though. The first season earned 3 Emmys, an award from the Writers Guild of America, and a Golden Globe. Moving on to number 4, we've got the Netflix period drama, Marco Polo. More expensive than House of Cards, but way less good. The show had production costs estimated at $90 million per season. The streaming service made headlines when it acquired this drama back in 2013. The show follows Marco Polo's early years in the court of Kublai Khan, and owes much of the high expenses to its intricate sets and elaborate costumes. However, the show failed to win over either viewers or critics when it was released in December of 2014. Even despite the lackluster response, though, Netflix renewed the show for a second season, which premiered in the summer of 2016. Financial losses caused Netflix to rethink, though, and made Marco Polo the service's first canceled show. Sliding in at number 3, we've got the sci-fi series Sense8. The show was co-created by the Wachowski siblings, who were the brains behind the Matrix movies, and a bunch of other stuff that was, well, way less successful. Sense8 came with a whopping cost of $9 million per episode, giving the first 12-episode season a total of about $108 million. The series focused on 8 strangers from different parts of the world who suddenly become both mentally and emotionally linked. It premiered on Netflix in June of 2015. With 2 seasons under their belts, along with positive reviews, preliminary negotiations began for a 3rd season. However, Netflix abruptly canceled the series, leading to a public outcry from fans. Netflix eventually granted the show an opportunity to produce a movie to tie up loose ends and to close the story out. Taking the number 2 spot, Baz Luhrmann's The Get Down. Originally budgeted at $7.5 million per episode, the series follows the rise of hip-hop through the eyes of a ragtag group of teens in the late 70s in New York. Luhrmann is the creator of Moulin Rouge and is known as a perfectionist, and this led to creative differences with producer Sony Pictures Television early on. That resulted in constant changeovers of both writers and showrunners and added at least $10 million to each episode of the 12-episode series. Chalking it up to high cost versus the relatively small audience size, the show was canceled before it could pick up a second season. At the top of the list, we've got Netflix's period drama, The Crown. Yes, nothing says expensive more than British people sitting in rooms and talking quietly. But somehow, this measured series about the details of royal life during the early years of Queen Elizabeth II's reign cost an estimated $140 million for the first season. Where does all that money go? Well, the show's packed with lavish costumes and grandiose sets, including a life-size replica of Buckingham Palace. Released in November 2016, the show's first season received high acclaim for its direction, its writing, cinematography, production values, and the relatively accurate historical accounts of Queen Elizabeth's rule. Lead actress Claire Foy and actor John Lithgow earned Best Actor and Actress at the 23rd Screen Actors Guild Awards, while the series earned accolades at the 74th Golden Globe Awards and the 7th Critics' Choice Television Awards. The acclaim led Netflix to commission a second season that's set to air in November of 2017.